Good morning, my dear students. In today's class, we are going to see Civics Unit 4 Human Rights and UNO. Everybody is born equal. Each individual in the world has a right to lead a dignified life of his or her own choice. Human rights denotes all those rights that are inherent and ensure that we live as free people and exercise our choice. What are human rights? Human rights are inherent to all human beings regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, and religion. Where do human rights come from? A set of basic rights and freedom has deep roots in European and American countries. Written precursors of human rights documents, the Magna Carta of 1215 England gave people new rights and made the king subject to the law. The Petition of Right 1628 England set out the rights of the people. The Habeas Corpus Act of 1679 England, an act for the better securing liberty of the subject. The English Bill of Rights of 1689 set out certain basic civil rights. The French Declaration on the Rights of Man and Citizen 1789, a document of France stating that all citizens are equal under the law. The US Constitution and Bill of Rights 1791 safeguards the rights of the citizen. The birth of United Nations. The idea of human rights emerged stronger after the Second World War. During the time of war, human lives lost its value and those affected by war had to struggle till the end of their life. The rights of man were prevented or eliminated in several parts of the world due to several factors. The United Nations Charter was drafted in 1945. Human rights is an important theme in all UN policies and programs in the area of peace and security, development, humanitarian assistance, and economic and social affairs. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights (UDHR). One of the greatest achievements of the United Nations is the creation of human rights law. To advance this goal, the UN established a Commission on Human Rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by the UN General Assembly in 1948. The declaration was proclaimed by the UN General Assembly in Paris, France on 10th December 1948. In remembrance of every year, 10th December is observed as a Human Rights Day and its regular observance commenced from 1950. UDHR has been translated into more than 500 languages. It is the most translated document in the world. Human rights are based on the values of dignity, the right to life, the right to integrity, the prohibition of enforced labor, slavery, and degrading punishments. Second one is justice, the right to fair trial, proportional punishments to crime, the right not to be tried more than once for the same crime. Third one is equality, equality before law, no discrimination on race, religion, gender, age, ability or disability, etc. Basic characteristics of human rights. Inherent, they are not granted by any person or authority. Fundamental, they are fundamental rights because Without them, the life and dignity of man will be meaningless, inalienable. They cannot be taken away from the individual, indivisible. They can't be denied even when other rights have already been enjoyed. Universal. They are universal. They apply irrespective of one's origin or status. They are enforceable without national border. Interdependent. They are interdependent because the fulfillment of or exercise of one human right cannot be had without the realization of the other. Kinds of human rights. There are 30 articles incorporated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. These rights are broadly classified into 5 primary categories. They are as follows. Civil rights. The term civil rights refers to the basic rights afforded by laws of the government to every person. It includes the rights to life, liberty, freedom from slavery, and arbitrary arrest. Second one, political rights. The civil and political rights are directly related to modern democracy. They protect the individual from the misuse of political power and recognize every individual's right to participate in their country's political process. The right to take part in the government of one's country, the right to vote, the freedom of speech and obtain information. Third one, social rights. It is necessary for an individual to fully participate in the society. Social rights are those rights necessary for an adequate standard of living, including the right to education, healthcare, food, clothing, shelter, and social security. Fourth one is economic rights. The right to participate in an economy that benefits all and to desirable work. Economic rights guarantee every person to have conditions under which they are able to meet their needs. This includes the right to employment and fair wage, the reasonable limitation of working hours, shelter, education, an adequate standard of living, and the right to property. The fifth one is cultural rights. The right to freedom of religion and to speak the language and to practice the cultural life of the community, the right to share in scientific advancement, and right to the protection of moral and material interests. Human Rights Commissions. National level and state level human rights commission were established to ensure the protection of human rights. National Human Rights Commission NHRC. The National Human Rights Commission NHRC of India was established on 12th October 1993. Its headquarters is located in New Delhi. NHRC is a multi-member body which consists of a chairperson and other members. The president appoints the chairperson and other members. The National Human Rights Commission is responsible for the protection and promotion of human rights in India. State Human Rights Commission SHRC. The State Human Rights Commission of Tamil Nadu was formed on 17th April 1997. A State Human Rights Commission can inquire into violation of human rights related to subjects covered under state list and concurrent list in the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution. Human Rights Organization. Many organizations around the world have taken their effort to protect human rights and for ending human rights abuses. These non-governmental organizations monitor the actions of governments and pressure them to act according to human rights principles. Child rights. According to Article 1 of the United Nations Convention on the Right of Child 1989, A child means every human being below the age of 18 years. The child is considered as an important national asset. The future of a nation depends on how its children mature and develop. So, protection of children from all kinds of exploitation and abuses has become the main objective of our society. There are laws in India protecting the rights of the children. Right to Education Act RTE. Article 21A provides that the state shall provide free and compulsory education to all children aged 6 to 14 years. The Child Labour Act Prohibition and Regulation Act of 1986. It provides no child who has not completed 15 years of age can be employed. The Juvenile Justice Act of 2000, Care and Protection of Children. This act tries to protect children deprived of adequate care and to reform the children by adopting child-friendly approach. POCSO Act of 2012. Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act regards the best interest of the child as being paramount importance in every state. Women rights. Women and girls' rights are human rights. Women are entitled to the full and equal enjoyment of all of their human rights and to be free from all forms of discrimination. This is fundamental to achieve human rights, peace and security and sustainable development. The Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination against Women, adopted in 1979 by the UN General Assembly, is described as an international bill of rights for women. In 1995, the Fourth World Conference of Women held in Beijing developed a platform for action to recognize women's rights and improve women's livelihood worldwide. Only when women and girls have full access to their rights will true equality exist. So, human rights are about equality and fairness for everyone, and it ensures that everyone is treated with dignity and respect. An understanding and respect for human rights provides the foundation for peace, harmony, security, and freedom in our community. That's all for today's class, my dears. With this, Civics Unit 4, the Human Rights and UNO lesson is over. We will see the next lesson in the forthcoming online classes. Thank you. Thank you, my dears.